Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever noticed how the tide goes out only to return with greater strength? That ebb and flow of the ocean mirrors life's relationships, and today we're diving deep into why some connections seem to boomerang back after silence. Imagine this: a seed is planted in the soil. For weeks there's no sign of growth. But beneath the surface, magic is happening. Roots are forming, stretching deep, preparing for a bloom that will one day captivate the world. That's what happens during periods of no contact. When a man steps away, he enters a world of reflection. In your absence, he feels the impact of your presence. The laughter shared, the quiet support you offered, the way you turn challenges into victories, it all becomes crystal clear when you're not there. But here's the twist: this speech isn't about waiting. It's about working. Think of a diamond. It doesn't shine because someone polishes it. It gleams because it endured the pressure. And ladies and gentlemen, that pressure, the pain, the silence, the adversity, it's shaping you into something rare, something irresistible. Absence has a unique power in relationships and human connections. It creates a space that allows clarity to emerge, not just for the one who steps back, but also for the person experiencing the distance. Imagine a painting hung in the same spot for years. Over time, we may stop noticing its beauty. But take it away and the blank wall reveals just how much it added to the space. This is the power of absence. It highlights what was once taken for granted, forcing reflection and recognition. When someone steps away from your life, particularly in the context of a romantic relationship, the natural reaction is often to feel a void, an ache, or even confusion. These emotions are valid and deeply human. Yet, in that void lies an opportunity not just for you, but also for the person who has created the distance. That space, that silence, compels them to assess what you brought into their life. They begin to notice the warmth you added, the joy you shared, and the support you provided. Without you there, the subtle details of your presence become strikingly evident. Distance has a way of stripping away distractions. In the chaos of daily life, people often fail to see what's right in front of them. Your kindness, your laughter, your strength, they may have blended into the background. But with your absence, these qualities stand out, almost like a spotlight shining on the moments you shared. Memories become sharper. What once felt ordinary takes on extraordinary meaning when it's no longer readily available. Absence also triggers a natural process of reflection. In the quiet moments, without your voice, your laughter, or your companionship, the other person has time to think deeply. They begin to ask themselves questions: did I value them enough? Did I see their worth? Am I better with or without them? These questions can lead to realizations they might not have reached in your presence. Sometimes the answers surprise them, revealing the depth of connection they didn't fully acknowledge before. The power of absence isn't just about what happens on their end. It's also about what you do with that space. Absence offers you the chance to reclaim your energy, refocus on yourself, and grow into an even stronger, more resilient version of who you are. It's not about waiting for someone to notice your worth, but about rediscovering it for yourself. When you use that time to build confidence, pursue passions, and deepen your sense of self, you shift the dynamic entirely. The void they experience becomes even more pronounced because they sense your growth, even from a distance. There's also a lesson in restraint here. When you resist the urge to chase or fill the silence, you give the other person the freedom to feel your absence fully. If you constantly reach out, you dilute the impact of your departure. By holding steady and focusing on your path, you allow them the time to miss you, to reflect on what's been lost, and to consider what they truly want. Absence has a magnetic quality. It's not about manipulation or games, but about honoring the truth that sometimes people need to step back to truly see what's in front of them. When you create space, you give others the chance to appreciate the fullness of who you are and what you bring. And when that realization hits, it's powerful. It's often the reason why people return, not because of guilt or obligation, but because absence has shown them your true value in a way presence could not. Adversity is one of life's greatest teachers, and it has a profound impact on personal growth. When faced with challenges, especially in the form of silence or no contact in a relationship, there's an opportunity to turn inward and evolve. Growth isn't born from comfort or ease. It emerges when we are pushed, tested, and stretched beyond our limits. During periods of adversity, we either rise or retreat, and how we choose to respond defines our trajectory. Imagine being thrown into a storm at sea. The waves are high and the wind is fierce, yet with every moment you navigate the chaos, you learn to steer your ship better. The storm doesn't defeat you, it teaches you resilience. Similarly, the experience of no contact in a relationship can feel like being caught in an emotional storm, but it's also a time when you can discover your inner strength and build yourself anew. When someone steps away, it's natural to question your worth or wonder what went wrong. These questions, while painful, are the seeds of transformation. They force you to look within, to evaluate your life, your choices, and your sense of self. This is where growth begins, by recognizing that your value doesn't diminish because someone else has chosen to step away. Instead, you have an opportunity to reconnect with your essence, to remind yourself of the incredible person you are, independent of external validation. During adversity, you learn to adapt. Maybe you pick up new skills or rediscover old passions. Perhaps you start to set boundaries that honor your emotional health, or you begin to pursue dreams you had put on hold. Each small step forward is a testament to your ability to persevere. And as you grow, you become someone stronger, someone more whole. This transformation doesn't just serve you, it changes how others perceive you as well. When you focus on growth during periods of no contact, you shift the narrative from loss to empowerment. Instead of dwelling on the absence of the other person, you fill that space with purpose and progress. This isn't about pretending you're unaffected, it's about choosing to channel your emotions into something constructive. It's about recognizing that pain can either paralyze you or propel you, and deciding to let it be your fuel. The beauty of growth through adversity is that it creates a version of you that's magnetic. When you've walked through the fire and come out the other side, people notice. There's a confidence that comes from overcoming challenges, an energy that says, "I faced difficulty and I'm still standing." This transformation often draws others back, not because they pity you, but because they see your strength and want to be part of your journey. It's important to understand that growth isn't about proving anything to anyone else. It's about becoming the best version of yourself for you. When you shift your focus inward, you reclaim your power. You stop waiting for someone else to recognize your worth and start living in a way that reflects it. That kind of self-assurance is unshakable, and it changes the dynamics of every relationship in your life. Adversity also teaches empathy and depth. When you've been through challenges, you gain a greater understanding of others and their struggles. This makes you more compassionate, more grounded, and more authentic. These qualities are invaluable, not just in relationships, but in every aspect of life. They make you someone who doesn't just survive difficult times, but thrives because of them. Growth through adversity is a reminder that challenges are not meant to break you. They are meant to mold you into someone who can face anything with courage and grace. When you embrace the opportunity to grow during difficult times, you become a beacon of strength, someone who stands tall no matter the circumstances. That kind of resilience is not only empowering, it's inspiring. The mirror effect is a powerful phenomenon that occurs during periods of no contact. It refers to the natural process of introspection and self-reflection that arises when someone is given the space to sit with their thoughts and emotions. In relationships, this effect is particularly profound because it forces individuals to confront their own actions, feelings, and decisions. When you step away from someone, you inadvertently hold up a mirror that compels them to see themselves more clearly. In the silence of no contact, people are left with nothing but their own thoughts. Without the usual interactions, conversations, or distractions, they begin to replay moments and revisit memories. This quiet time often leads to a deeper understanding of what they truly feel and think. The absence of your presence creates a void that allows them to assess what you meant to them, how they behaved, and what they might have taken for granted. It's in this space of reflection that realizations are born. Imagine a scenario where a man has chosen to distance himself or has been given the gift of silence through no contact. At first, he might feel relief or a sense of freedom, but over time, the mirror effect begins to set in. He starts recalling the moments you supported him through his struggles, the times you laughed together, and the unique way you brought light into his life. Each memory acts as a small reflection, showing him not only the value of your relationship, but also his role in it. This process can also lead to an honest evaluation of his actions. Perhaps he realizes that he didn't communicate effectively, that he let his ego take precedence, or that he was emotionally unavailable. These realizations are not always immediate, but as time goes on, the mirror grows clearer. Without the noise of daily interactions or the distractions of constant communication, he's left with an unfiltered view of his own behavior and how it affected the relationship. The mirror effect is not about blame or guilt. It's about clarity. It forces people to confront truths they might have avoided when the relationship was active. For many, this can be an uncomfortable yet transformative process. They begin to see not just the beauty of what they had, but also the areas where they fell short. This clarity often becomes the catalyst for growth and in some cases a desire to reconnect. This phenomenon doesn't only apply to the other person, it applies to you as well. During no contact, you too have the opportunity to look in the mirror. This is a time to reflect on your own role in the relationship, to consider what you've learned, and to identify areas where you can grow. The mirror effect works both ways, offering valuable lessons to both parties if they are willing to embrace them. For someone on the receiving end of no contact, the mirror effect can also ignite feelings of longing and appreciation. As they reflect, they may come to recognize the depth of your impact on their life. They might see how your strength, kindness, or presence shaped them in ways they didn't fully appreciate before. This realization often leads to a deeper level of respect and admiration, which can inspire them to reach out and rekindle the connection. But here's the most important part: the mirror effect is not something you control or force. It happens naturally when you step back and focus on yourself. It's a byproduct of creating space and allowing time for reflection. Your absence becomes a quiet yet powerful reminder of your presence, and the clarity it brings can be life-changing. The mirror effect underscores the importance of self-awareness and growth in relationships. By stepping away, you not only give the other person the chance to see themselves more clearly, but you also gain the same opportunity. It's in this mutual reflection that true understanding and transformation can occur. And whether or not someone returns, the clarity gained through the mirror effect is a gift that enriches your journey and prepares you for deeper, more meaningful connections in the future. Self-worth is a powerful force, a magnetic quality that influences every aspect of our lives, including relationships. During a period of no contact, focusing on your self-worth becomes an essential part of the process, not as a strategy to attract someone back, but as a journey toward your own fulfillment and empowerment. When you prioritize your value and live with purpose, you emit a confidence and strength that naturally draw others toward you. When a person steps away or communication ceases, it can initially feel destabilizing. It's easy to question your value or blame yourself for what went wrong. However, this is the precise moment when the opportunity for growth begins. Instead of viewing no contact as a loss, you can choose to see it as a moment to reclaim your power. Your self-worth does not come from someone else's presence in your life, it comes from within you. It is a reflection of how you see yourself, how you treat yourself, and the standards you set for your life. Think of self-worth as a beacon, a light that shines from within. The brighter that light, the more it illuminates your path and the paths of those around you. When you focus on nurturing yourself emotionally, mentally, and even physically, you elevate your energy. You start to see your unique qualities, your strengths, and the value you bring to the world. This recognition isn't about arrogance, it's about an unshakable confidence that comes from knowing who you are and what you deserve. During periods of no contact, self-worth manifests in the choices you make. Do you invest in your personal growth? Do you pursue your passions and goals? Do you surround yourself with people who uplift and support you? Each of these decisions reinforces your value. And as you grow, something remarkable happens. You become magnetic. Confidence is attractive, not in a superficial way, but in a deeply human way. People are drawn to those who exude a sense of purpose and fulfillment because it inspires them. When you focus on your self-worth, you also set boundaries that protect your energy and well-being. Boundaries are a natural extension of valuing yourself. They communicate to others what you will and won't accept, creating a foundation of respect in all your relationships. When someone sees you standing firm in your worth, it not only commands their respect, but also encourages them to evaluate their own behavior and approach toward you. There's another important aspect to self-worth. It isn't static. It grows as you invest in yourself. When you step into your purpose, whether that's through your career, hobbies, relationships, or personal development, you align with the best version of yourself. This alignment creates a sense of fulfillment that radiates outward. The more you live authentically and pursue your passions, the more others take notice of the light you carry. Consider the effect this has on someone who has stepped away. In the silence of no contact, they sense the shift in you. Even without direct communication, they pick up on your energy. They may not be able to articulate it, but they feel the confidence, the strength, and the growth. This is what often draws people back, not because you've been trying to pull them in, but because they're naturally attracted to the person you've become. But here's the critical truth: the power of self-worth isn't about making someone return. It's about living fully and authentically for yourself. Whether they come back or not becomes secondary, because your value isn't contingent on their actions. You've cultivated an inner strength that sustains you regardless of external circumstances. Self-worth, then, is the cornerstone of a fulfilling life and meaningful relationships. It's what allows you to stand tall, even in the face of adversity. It's what empowers you to keep moving forward, to chase your dreams, and to live unapologetically as the amazing person you are. And when you shine that brightly, it's impossible for others not to notice. Whether they return or not, you've already won by choosing yourself. Persistence and transformation are two sides of the same coin, particularly when navigating challenges like no contact in a relationship. These periods of silence, though emotionally taxing, offer a unique opportunity to demonstrate resilience and embrace profound personal growth. When faced with uncertainty or adversity, persistence becomes the key to unlocking transformation, turning what seems like a setback into a powerful comeback. Imagine a tree battered by a storm. Its branches may bend, and some leaves might fall, but its roots dig deeper into the ground, anchoring it firmly. This resilience allows the tree not only to survive the storm, but also to emerge stronger. Similarly, when life throws challenges your way, persistence enables you to weather the emotional turmoil and emerge more grounded, confident, and empowered. In the context of no contact, persistence is not about clinging to the past or obsessively waiting for someone's return. It's about maintaining faith in yourself and staying committed to your personal growth, even when the path ahead feels uncertain. The silence is a test, not of your worth, but of your ability to rise above doubt and keep moving forward. Each day you choose to prioritize your well-being, pursue your passions, and focus on your goals, you demonstrate the kind of strength that builds character. Transformation often begins with small, deliberate actions. During no contact, you have the opportunity to reflect on who you are and who you want to become. This reflection might lead you to take up a new hobby, deepen your relationships with friends and family, or tackle long-held aspirations. These actions, though they might seem minor at first, have a compounding effect. Over time, they lead to significant changes in your mindset, confidence, and overall sense of self. As you transform, your energy shifts. You begin to radiate the kind of self-assuredness and purpose that attracts not just the attention of others, but also opportunities and new experiences. People are drawn to those who persist through life's challenges and emerge stronger. There's an undeniable allure in someone who has faced adversity, grown from it, and refuses to be defined by their struggles. Persistence also means resisting the temptation to give up or regress. There may be moments when the silence feels unbearable or when self-doubt creeps in. It's natural to feel these emotions, but what sets the resilient apart is their ability to acknowledge the pain without letting it define them. They understand that setbacks are part of the process, not the end of the journey. Each stumble becomes a lesson, each challenge a stepping stone. This persistence, combined with transformation, has a profound effect on those who may have distanced themselves. When someone sees that you've continued to thrive despite the silence, it sends a powerful message. It shows that your strength isn't dependent on their presence, that you've chosen to grow rather than dwell. This resilience often leaves a lasting impression, inspiring admiration and respect. It's important to note that transformation isn't about becoming someone new, it's about uncovering the best version of yourself. It's a process of shedding old patterns, beliefs, or habits that no longer serve you and stepping into a more authentic, empowered state. This authenticity is magnetic. When you live in alignment with your values and passions, you naturally attract people and experiences that resonate with your newfound energy. Persistence and transformation teach you one of life's greatest lessons: you are more capable than you realize. The challenges you face are not there to break you, but to build you. Each moment of persistence strengthens your character, and each step of transformation brings you closer to your true potential. Whether or not someone returns after no contact becomes secondary, because you've already achieved something far more significant. You've proven to yourself that you have the strength to face anything and come out stronger on the other side. The process of moving on is one of the most transformative journeys you can undertake, especially in the context of no contact in a relationship. Letting go and embracing your own path may feel daunting at first, but it is often the key to unlocking the life you are meant to live. Moving on is not about forgetting or dismissing the past. It is about prioritizing your own growth, well-being, and happiness over dwelling on what has been lost. Paradoxically, it is often when you truly move forward that people are drawn back into your orbit. When you step away from a relationship or situation that no longer serves you, you create space for healing, for self-reflection, and for new opportunities. This act of letting go is a declaration of your self-worth. It is saying to the world and to yourself that you deserve to be happy, fulfilled, and respected. It's not about anger or bitterness, but about recognizing that clinging to something that isn't aligned with your highest good only holds you back. Moving on begins with acceptance. Acceptance doesn't mean you condone what happened or that you don't care. It means you acknowledge reality for what it is and decide to release the emotional weight it carries. By accepting the situation, you free yourself from the endless loop of what-ifs and regrets. You allow yourself to focus on the present moment and the possibilities that lie ahead. This process often leads to profound self-discovery. When you stop looking outward for validation or closure, you start looking inward. You begin to reconnect with your passions, rediscover your strengths, and nurture the parts of yourself that may have been overshadowed in the relationship. Moving on is not just about leaving someone behind, it's about stepping fully into your own life. As you move forward, your energy changes. You shift from a space of longing and attachment to one of empowerment and independence. This shift is noticeable, even from a distance. People sense when you found your footing and embraced your journey. It's an energy that says, I am whole, I am strong, and I am enough. This confidence and clarity can be incredibly attractive, often inspiring those who have distanced themselves to reevaluate their choices. The beauty of moving on is that your happiness no longer hinges on their response. You're no longer waiting for someone to return or for circumstances to change. Instead, you've taken control of your own story. This is a liberating realization. It's the moment you understand that your joy, peace, and success are entirely within your power to create. Letting go also allows for new beginnings. When you release what no longer aligns with your path, you make room for new relationships, experiences, and opportunities. The universe has a way of filling the spaces we create, often with things that exceed our expectations. Moving on doesn't mean you failed. It means you've chosen to honor your worth and trust in the abundance that life has to offer. It's important to note that moving on doesn't happen overnight. It's a process, one that requires patience, compassion, and perseverance. There will be moments when memories resurface or when doubts creep in, but these moments are part of the journey. Each step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to the life you deserve. Moving on is an act of love for yourself and for the possibilities that lie ahead. It's about believing that you are enough, that you are capable of creating a life filled with joy, and that you deserve nothing less than the best. Whether or not someone returns becomes secondary because you've already found what truly matters: your own strength, resilience, and happiness. This is the ultimate triumph, embracing the life that is waiting for you with open arms, free from the weight of the past. Life's challenges often feel like storms meant to break us, but in truth, they are opportunities to shape us. When someone steps away, when silence fills the space where connection once thrived, it's not the end of the story, it's the start of a new chapter. That chapter is about you, your strength, your growth, and your transformation. You are not defined by someone's absence or by the questions left unanswered. You are defined by how you rise, how you choose to see yourself, and how you persist through the trials. The power to attract, to inspire, and to rebuild lies within you. It's not about waiting for someone to return, it's about becoming the person who doesn't wait to live fully. When you focus on your self-worth, embrace the mirror of reflection, and allow adversity to fuel your growth, you create a version of yourself that commands respect and admiration. Whether someone returns or not, you've already won by choosing to prioritize your happiness and purpose. Step boldly into your journey, knowing that every setback is a setup for a comeback, every challenge a chance to evolve. Your power lies not in controlling others, but in transforming yourself. When you own your story, you become unstoppable. The best version of you is waiting. Go claim it. Thank you.